everybody, welcome back to my talk show. Let's talk about with Richa. And today I have an amazing man with me as a guest, Gowardhan Doddi, and let's hear from him the amazing way he is helping people to be aware about health, but also the business side of this aspect. Welcome, Govardhan ji, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Richa ji. It's a pleasure actually being on your show. It's like to tell about myself. I always get into a story format because it makes it very interesting to listen. Because I'm a hardcore mechanical engineer by education, and
Okay.
I have been pursuing, like, I was never passionate about mechanical engineering, but I was pursuing it because that's the only platform I had. Coming from a lower middle class, I can tell, family, so that's the only platform I had, and I know I should make it big with this platform I'm having.
Correct.
I started working on it. I got into good jobs. I got to work with companies like Tata and Jindal, and then some American companies in mechanical field itself. But in this process now, I discovered in 2011, I discovered that blogging is one way, na, that's legitimate way to actually get earn money online. Because when anyone finds online route, most of them stumble upon this thing. Na? How can you earn money online? That's something which is very interesting. So in 2011, I tried this, and what happened is, now I could actually see that it's very well possible that through blogging, many people are making lots of money, even Indians at the time. So I started getting into blogging and all. Then what happened? Uh, from there, the blogging journey is going on, and I was not focusing on my health because full day in the daytime I'm actually working on at the organization, my company, and in the night what I'm doing, I'm coming and actually spending time on this, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm not actually able to balance the lifestyle and all. Then I ignore the health. At the time I was around 32, 33. And I did it like 1 year. I was like continuously sleeping at 2 o'clock. And then what happened? One fine day, the annual medical checkup came in, and doctors said you are diabetic, means you just entered, like you were just in the diabetic zone now. Oh, wow. If you don't take care, it will be blown out. It will be blowing out into fully blown diabetes. So I was very devastated, because at the age of 33. If you hear that, you will feel definitely sad, because it's not something you expect. And
it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call that what you're doing is not benefit for your health.
Yeah. So from there, I understood that okay, 2 weeks gone by, I was sad and depressed. I was just cursing God, why me? Because we all say that, why me, God, why me? Because it's very tough to take. But after 2 weeks, I realized cribbing over it will not help us. We need to do something. Let me start using internet, because I have been using internet for other things. Let me start using internet to understand what can I do with this condition now.
Yeah.
So I started working on it, and I found that it's possible to reverse diabetes. Then I started working on it, made some lifestyle changes. I reversed it, and again what I did is, now I thought of like having writing a blog on diabetes for Indians only. Why? Because while I was searching for information around 2013 and 14, I was not able to find enough blogs which are focusing, which are having Indian context. They're talking diabetics, but they talk zucchini, they talk celery, they talk parsi, which are all not Indian. They don't talk the food which is Indian, because Indians don't understand that. No, I can't relate with that. Whatever they tell, that might be a good advice. But and again, most of the blogs were lacking that personal. What to say, the personal touch, because they're not writing it in the point of the person who's facing diabetes, who's having diabetes.
It's more from the medical point of view, more research, or correct. Yeah. I understand.
So it led me to actually start a blog on diabetes, and start learning different things, then launch a book. So many things happen, and to make the diabetes blog really popular, to grow the community, I started uncovering and learning digital marketing. That was a process. Now there I understood the real way to learn marketing. Now, we have to understand customers, not just about courses or something.
Mm.
They understood, okay, this is the way we should actually do things. Then we can actually build that kind of customer base or audience, and it will be like, people will think I'm exaggerating if I say this. Some doctors actually contacted me for diet plans.
Yeah.
And from there, I'm just cutting the story short because you just asked me one question and I'm probably telling the story.
No. I love your story. I love your journey. That's why I thought your journey was very, very interesting, because as you're saying, you started with something else and then you pursued your passion, which is obviously writing. You are an engineer, mechanical engineer, but it seems like words, like writing, is your passion. And I think words have a lot of power. And then you used it to blog, and you were quite early in your process, because in 2011, yes, it was very in to do it, and people were making a lot of money. But then you turned it around and you used it to create more awareness around diabetes. And I completely agree with you that there is so much material out there, but not enough on the Indian food, not enough on Indian diet. There is a lot for the Western world. And me living in Norway, even though I don't eat Indian food every day, I could not see how I could adjust my diet plan with what I actually eat or what I need to eat, from like with the food that I ordinarily eat. Otherwise, I'll have to go very westernized food, but then there was no taste. So this thing, I completely agree with you. There was lack of that information before. I think now there are more awareness around the food, and specifically with Indian diet, the diet plans, how to, as you're saying, reverse the diabetic or other kind of health issues. So you were very early out in your game, and that led you to digital marketing, which every business owner, either small, big, medium, they need that. Today everything is based on digital marketing, and digital marketing had changed the game, changed the game. So for you to be early out to understand this game, it's amazing. But so please continue.
So there, I understood the pulse of digital marketing, how we can use it in a very constructive way and build that authority using digital marketing. So content has always been the center pillar of what I was doing. I was providing very, very valuable content. That's the reason doctors were coming. They were asking for a diet plan, and I was like stumbled. I was like bit jolted. No, what should I answer this doctor? He's a doctor. Then I told, sir, I will tell you very honestly, I am not a doctor, not even a nutritionist, and nowhere related to medical profession. So I don't know how can I actually help you, because you are a doctor. Then what the other guy, the doctor, he's a man in doctor in 40s or something. He told me that, no, Gowardhan, whatever you're writing on your blogs, I understand that now you know what you're talking about. You did your research well. So, and what he told is doctors don't get to study nutrition.
Exactly.
In their medical this thing, they don't get. There's a very small portion of it, so we don't get to. That's the reason when diabetics come to us now, we tell them to go to a nutritionist. And he told that way. Then I got a bit more convinced, and even I gave the diet plans. But I realized that the doctors have a kind of lifestyle now, which is very, very stressful.
Yes.
They are like too much running here and there and all. That happens. So I gave diet plans to 3 or 4 doctors like that and all. So what I understood is, when you are able to provide that kind of authoritative content out there, you can convince anyone, because generally in business now, I'm connecting this with the business point of view. When we go and pitch to a client or something, so how you qualify yourself? Because how can I qualify myself selling a diet plan to a doctor?
It sounds difficult, but when you put it like that, because I also know that the doctors in their syllabus, when they are studying, the diet thing is not a part, nutrition is not a big part of their study. So I have a lot of friends who have gone through different kind of health challenges, and I asked, what did the doctor say? What should you eat? Oh no, the doctor didn't say anything about eating. I'm still eating the same food. I was like, but I guess the food was the thing that it made you sick. Why you keep on eating the same? No, the doctor didn't tell me anything. Oh, okay. That's when I realized that the doctors actually don't know enough about food or supplements, but they know definitely about how to treat the illness with medicine. That's their expertise. But then that means that you're already ill. That's when you need the doctor. You don't go to the doctor to change your, become proactive and not become ill. So that's, as you're saying, doctors have a very stressful life, and they're human beings. They are dealing with life and death and illness all day. So of course they need other kind of specialist in their life to take care of them again. They are just humans, with a specific set of knowledge and speciality. We think because they're doctors, they should be 100% fit. I think that's the concern, like understanding it with everybody. Yeah. So, but it's very interesting. But also what I'm gathering from you is that because you are so good with the content and you're very good with doing your research and you have that knowledge in one specific area, I think digital marketing became easier for you. Is that true? Or is digital marketing, could that be easy for everybody? Or did that come natural for you as a natural progress for you? Because you're good with words, you're good with content creating, you're good with research. What do you think?
For this point of view, I will add a context here. Like, see, the content, whenever I'm trying to deliver some content, my whole idea was way back in 2014 when I'm trying to get information, especially in Indian context. What happens is, information is there, but it should be in an understandable format. When we write information, how you simplify that, especially the medical information. If you talk about digestive system, how does it work? If you put it in the medical terminology, a layman it will be tough for a layman to understand easily. So what did I do is, like, I try to simplify those things, cutting off those terminologies which are hard to actually
understand.
And second thing is, I try to also empathize with them. Like, whenever I write some content, let us say diabetic is there. Now diabetic is like, he's confused now because of the medication. Every day is taking medication. Sometimes it is showing low, sometimes it is showing high. Same dosage. Firstly, I empathize with them now. I understand your struggle. This looks like that one story we have in Indian context. There is a story between two monkeys or two cats fighting for a roti, and someone coming in between and trying to distribute that evenly. So I try to have some analogies and also content. And when you talked about this question about digital marketing and content, digital marketing, I try to learn digital marketing. I try to pick my battles wisely. Like, digital marketing is very, very huge.
Yes.
So I did not want to go after everything. I understood, these are the things. Maybe I should focus on the blog properly. That is one thing. I should understand how SEO works, because if you're writing some content, if it is not SEO optimized, then there is very less chance of my getting it ranked. So that is one thing I picked up my battle. Then second thing is, I thought at that point of time in India, social media was also doing good. Like you also very well know, Facebook was having good enough reach. Even Facebook pages were also having good enough reach, organic reach. So then I capitalized on the social media part. So it's not very tough to understand social media or digital marketing, I believe. We can all learn it. Only thing is, if there is no straightforward process somewhere, someone will teach you everything and will exactly work for you. You need to add the context. Means you need to see how it work. How will you make it work in your scenario? It will be different. It will be different. But at the end of the day, what I understood is, gone are the days when you can tell that I can just sell this phone. Just you purchase this phone because it's awesome, that, this and all. Nowadays you see ads of people talking about there is an ad now of Dove. Dove is an Indian brand, cosmetics brand.
Okay.
And what we're talking about is now talking about a woman actually comes and she's covering her body because she's a bit fat, she's a bit overweight, she's a bit what we say, she's not very comfortable. Then
In
again,
her body.
she takes off the shower and say, just love your body the way it is. Now, the brand is not promoting Dove, it's trying to promote a cause or trying to empathize with the audience. So, here, digital marketing is there, it's a tool, but still, always I feel marketing basics will still be very, very important and relevant.
Correct. I think so too. I think you're onto a very important thing here. The marketing laws and the marketing that has been there for, ever. As long as there have been sales and marketing platforms, the rules and the laws still applies. You have to touch people's emotions. You have to become a part of their, psychology, and have a catchy tune so that people remember or can, connect your product or your service to something that wakes some kind of emotion to them, and they will never forget it. Even though they don't use it, they will still remember it. That kind of thing is still true, just that the platform have changed. It's instead of having it in newspapers or billboards or on television, people are now using, every man is using now the Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform to promote themselves. But the problem, as you're saying, many of them don't have the understanding of the basic marketing, rules and laws. But again, I think I will circle back that your strong point was that you understand both how to connect with people, and that you're strong with words, and that you create the content in a way that it connects with people. Now, when you understood the tool, then you can promote your content better, because tool could be anything. Tomorrow it can be something new. Digital marketing have been there for a while, which is here to stay. But today it's Facebook and Instagram. Tomorrow it can be some other platform that, catches up, and we have to change the tool, but the marketing process is still the same, because we humans are still the same and we function in the same way. I guess so. It's a way of creating the content that is your strong point, which has made you so successful. So now, on that note, I want to ask, how do you define success?
For me, I think success is, I have gone through many things, and I always get confused between what is success. Then right now I define it, because again, success can change, but I feel today, if by end of the day, while before I'm sleeping, or like throughout the day while I'm working, if I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, for me that itself is success. Because after I have many goals, I change directions, I explore different things and all. Then for me, I feel like this is something that if you're able to have that kind of energy throughout the day, you're so enthusiastic and cheerful throughout the day, I feel I am successful. So my definition is very, very, it may look very, very generalized, but I think for me, after having a lot of thoughts in my mind, I figured this out now. What is this? This is because you can't live tomorrow, you are living today.
Yeah. So, Govardhan ji, before we started talking, we had talked about this before, that you actually had tried different things. As you were saying, you tried different areas of career, and you told me a really nice story a few days ago about you trying out a clothing line. Can't you tell us a little bit about that? How did you get into, you wanted to design clothes? Because that's a pretty interesting story.
It's like crazy out there, because in India we all follow cinema, Indian cinema, it's very crazy out there. Now we follow cinema stars a lot, and in our childhood, I think we have very lesser form of entertainment. We were not having a lot of access to video games as well. My age, I'm telling, I'm right now 40, so I'm the 80s guy. 80s mein mera birth. I'm born in 80s, so we don't have much access to video games as well. So cinema is something which is like there, and we used to get motivated. And when I'm at like after 16 or 18, generally we all are obsessed with the way we look.
Yeah.
The style, fashion, and all kicks in. So what I used to do, we were not buying a lot of ready-made clothes because ready-made clothes were not much available at that point of time in our cities, and also if they are available, also they might be very costly or like options were less kind of thing. So we used to always go to tailors who actually stitch our clothes. So I used to see, I used to have some ideas, weird ideas. I used to see a cinema star wearing something. I used to try to replicate it and ask the tailor to stitch it like that. So he used to try something, but it always doesn't come the way it is expected to. So what happens now? From there, I started understanding this, and I used to somehow manage. Somehow I used to torture the tailor, and somehow he used to give it. So whatever style, everyone used to ask me, Gowardhan, why are you? Some people used to appreciate what I'm wearing. I used to wear reasonably acceptable kind of styles, not like very very weird. So people were liking it, and I had thought of different things. I thought of doing fashion. I want to get into fashion designing or something. But I realized this in the second year of engineering, which already late because I can't spend again money for doing another program, another educational certification and all.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, let this passion be there, and let me work on it, and let me after sometime now I'll do some job, I'll get some money, and I'll start the business. So that went on, and that craze was there even till 30, even till I was 30 years of age. I used to have that plan was on, like it was not away. I want to launch something like fashion for men, especially for men and even women also, whatsoever ideas. But later on, it went off now, like slowly got sidelined because I started this blogging has opened a lot of opportunities for me. I started seeing the world so big of opportunity. Before blogging, 2011, I was working in a good company and all, but still I had a feeling like, yeah, a job chala. If this job goes, like if I lose this job,
what will happen?
Yeah. So I'm not that standard secure guy, but then afterwards the internet, getting into internet, I understood a lot of possibilities. People are earning writing content, people are earning doing random jobs, people are earning like remotely. Even in 2011, way back, people are working for Western countries, just staying at their home. There was a medical transcriptions, there was a kind of a job, the different kinds of jobs. Then I started realizing the power of internet. Then I did not want to get into it. Even I have to tell that now my wife has actually bought me a sewing machine because I was so passionate. I told I will learn and I will do something and all. And luckily or unluckily, what happened now? Till now, the sewing machine is just packed and inside. And so she actually blames me for that. Now, she bought that with her first salary because she worked. She likes teaching maths and all. She was teaching, and she got it. And I felt very very bad, but I can't do it because we keep changing. In course of time, our priorities keep changing. What we explore, how we see the world actually keeps changing. Then it went away like that. So now that fashion thing and all, now also I'm conscious, but no, not that level of consciousness or that level of passion is right now. It's not there.
No, it might be something you visit later in life. Maybe there is another opportunity that comes your way and you can pursue that passion. Sometimes it does happen that you have to put it aside a little bit, and after many years you can revisit it. I've heard about artists, dancers, and actors who pursue their passion long after people would think, oh, are you into acting in your 60s? Are you going to dance in your 60s? People do that. Even though they might not be professional or earn a lot of money out of it, but it's something they do for themselves. So this could be one of the projects. And good thing about sewing machine is that it doesn't, if you haven't opened it, it's still as good as new, So I just took up knitting. I used to knit when I was very, very young. I didn't knit anything major at that time. But I just recently picked up knitting. So, it's never too late.
Actually, what got in is when I started this diabetes blog and all, when people started appreciating and they were liking it, I'm able to impact them, because some of the people could reverse diabetes and all.
Yeah.
That gave me a bigger kick, and
Yes.
it was telling that, yeah, you're able to impact someone's life, and if you can do it at a scale. The power of digital marketing is as such, you can do it at a scale, and without boundaries, without geographical barriers. So I thought that's the reason it actually got totally sidelined.
Yeah.
Those things which were there, I felt this is a huge opportunity. And this is where we can easily create impact. And also, I thought it somehow we evolve now as humans. We always think at 20 we wanted to be something, at 30 we wanted to be something. Right now at 40 I wanted to be something else.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, the good thing about the digital platforms is that in each era or decade you can do something different. I believe that time is gone where if you are an engineer, you have to be an engineer until till you retire. I mean, if you are an engineer today and you work as an engineer, but if you are able to do something on the side, that could be your next career move. And then after a decade, you can still, move on to something else.
yeah.
So today, I think there are so many opportunities, and only those people who are able to adjust with the market, adjust with the time, and have different, career paths that are totally different from the original one. Only they can survive in a market that change every decade. As you have that content writing part, which is very different from your mechanical engineer career, and then you have digital marketing, and then and you are a business coach as well. So I think you be able to adjust into different eras, and what the market need is what's going to make you survive this rapid change. And I think those who are sticking to one area only and haven't expanded the knowledge into other areas, those are the people who are suffering, especially in this pandemic time, and also the next change that will come as a result of the pandemic. I think those are the people who are suffering the most.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because we need to be very, very, right now Web3 also is coming up in a big way, because we are just people, most of the guys even did not start exploring or taking advantage of Web2. Web2 world, the digital marketing or social media. Even I know guys, because I run a marketers community as well. People interact. Now Web3 is going to come. So world is evolving at a disruptive pace, and if you're not able to catch with it, like you mentioned, it's always we need to know to catch up with that and just move on. Don't just you. And every day is a learning thing. Right now, I realize one thing is every day we need to spend at least some point of some percentage of time to learn something new. If you don't do that, we are dead. That's what I understood now.
Correct. And is it one thing that is constant? It is change. If you resist change, then you will, as you're saying, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? So if you are not accepting the change, okay, this is here to stay, then if you're not accepting that and you say, nee, I don't want to, then there might be some forces that are forcing you to change, which is not it's very rare that you're happy about the forced change in your life. But as people are also changing, we are changing in age, we're changing in body, we want to grow our mind. But do you have specific routines or specific rituals that you do to keep yourself healthy and fit? Is there anything you have to do every day that keeps you on track?
Yeah, I think this question is also close to my heart, because after researching a lot, because of the diabetes thing, when I started researching about diabetes, I started learning more about how our body functions, overall health, because diabetes is nothing very, very different. If you're able to manage overall health, that also gets managed in most of the cases, except in the case of anti-inflammatory conditions or type 1, or maybe pancreatic issues and all. Otherwise, generally, most of the guys are left it. So what how could I figure out now, after studying everything, I simplified everything, and now what I do is I generally avoid packed food most of the times. Especially in India, it's possible. I don't know in other countries how things work, but in India, avoiding packed food is very, very easy. we can still cook. We can pack food in the sense, what I'm trying to tell here is any food which is actually can be on the shelves for more than like 7 days or something. I define it like
So
that.
you're talking about processed food, then processed
Processed
and
food.
ultra processed food, not
Yeah.
just processed, but actually some processed food is not as bad, but ultra processed food is always bad.
Yeah. So this processed food, why are we opting for it is because it gives us more comfort. And I don't know in colder countries how things work. But in India, like we have that opportunity now. We have that luxury of eating that freshly cooked food. I call it a luxury. Maybe people agree with it or not. I feel having that luxury of eating freshly cooked food, I prefer that. And that is one thing. And second thing is always like not having a cup of tea on empty stomach. Uh, Morning cup of tea or coffee, I don't do that because I feel early in the morning when you're waking up now, your body can absorb whatever you give to it. Absorption is at highest. So I try to take either lemon and honey water, or sometimes maybe apple cider vinegar, or sometimes aloe vera juice that is there. So these are the things early morning with one glass of water, one glass of this, and then followed with couple of glasses and all. This is one thing I always suggest people, and I also follow. And again, not like I follow it every day, but I try to do it. Sometimes we all miss it. We don't. We're all human ultimately. And then one more thing, what I religiously follow is maintaining a proper timing for eating food. Generally stick to one timing, don't vary it, because digestion power is strongest between 11 to 2. So I try to take my carbohydrates between that time. And this is true for the Indian conditions because 11 to 2 sun is at its peak. Highest. And sun and digestion are linked very much. Apart from this, I also understood about these things I am taking care. And evening, eating the lunch before sometime, means like 8 o'clock. Try to do it before 8 o'clock. Just get done with your dinner, not the lunch. Sorry. So you get done with your dinner part. So these are the basic things I follow. And apart from that, I think it mostly goes with not just food, about the stress level, anxiety and stuff, which always impacts. So I try to keep myself sane. And one of the books which had a huge impact on me was like a book by Dale Carnegie, and it is called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living.
So nice. But talking about books, you have also written a book, right?
Yeah.
It's that is about diabetes.
Yeah.
Okay, so but are you talking about diabetes in terms with like related to Indian food, or is it just purely about diabetes?
That book is not just only about food. I try to cover things like firstly, I try to cover the things like, is diabetes actually reversing possible? Is it a scam or a fake thing or what it is? Then I try to give examples of who all is helping and who all are doing some programs about reversing diabetes in India.
Okay.
As well as maybe I took some foreign examples as well in that. And then I started writing what is the exact causes, like why are we getting diabetes? Then I got into the root causes. Then I started talking about lifestyle issues, then talked about vitamin deficiencies and how each vitamin actually is linked to the problems you are facing. Like vitamin D is there, like you very well know, vitamin D is a kind of very important vitamin when we talk about diabetes. And in other countries, it's like mandatory supplementation is there in some countries, Western countries. But in India, still it is not there. So, but Indians are also having a huge issue. We are moved out to apartments now. We are living in apartments. Before it was not like that. We are living in individual houses. We are able to get enough sunlight. And we are using public transport and all before. And now things have changed. So sunlight is less and all. So in this book, I try to cover all those essentials. Means I took the person, I want to take the reader in the journey of like why diabetes is like happening, and is it legit to reverse diabetes? Is it possible to reverse diabetes? Then talk about who has reversed diabetes, giving them candid examples of normal people who did it.
Yeah.
Personally, there are people who did it. So I gave them the case studies and all. Then later on, talking about everything, nutritional deficiencies and all. Then later on, starting about diet, how can you make your own diet plan?
Nice. Nice.
Talk
Actually,
about,
that is what I love about these kind of things. When you give people tools to adjust to their own life, instead of just giving them a diet plan, rather explain to them. Now there is this saying that don't teach, don't fish, don't fish the fish and give it.
yeah,
Teach
yeah,
the fisherman how to fish, and then you don't have to do it over and over again, right? So what you're doing, you're teaching the fishermen how to fish so that they
yeah.
can provide for themselves all the time. I think that this is one of the important clues. So people, if you are interested in this kind of thing, you have to go and get the book. I'll put in the link below or above the video. One last.
But I think I'll make it clear for people who are actually we're talking about the book.
Yeah.
It is written mostly in Indian context, but we talk scientifically. It is there. It will appeal more to Indians. That's what I feel. But apart from that, I don't know if someone gets value out of it. It will be great.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes most of my audience living abroad, and many of them are Indians as well, or have other backgrounds and living in the Western countries, and they will all benefit from the book, I think.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, since you're doing so much, right? You write the content, and you are running this amazing marketing group, and you are leading. You have your own business, and you have your own, group of people that you lead, and then you have this diabetes awareness group, and you write books. How are you able to manage your time? How do you find the balance? Because you are a family man as well, and you're doing so much. So what is the secret for your managing your time?
Yeah, I can tell that I'm not very successfully managing it, but I'm managing it. So we're juggling. I'm juggling between things because I'm not able to leave such stuff, because I means from diabetes thing, digital marketing is a new world which I got into, and this is here now I understood I can empower more people.
Yes.
Diabetes is one kind of empowerment, and this is a different kind of empowerment where I can help real credible coaches get to reach their audience, or real credible businesses reach their audience and all, and make a huge impact there. So when we talk about managing the things, I feel like doing things which you are passionate about only will be able to make you do that.
Correct. So it doesn't feel like work. So you don't feel like you have to manage your time because you're doing what you love to do. So time,
and also
you're spending the time well.
Also, one thing I feel is like we need to even prioritize. Sometimes we need to keep things on the back burner. Like diabetes thing is kind of established, and now digital marketing is also kind of established. But we need to see now right now, let us say, what is the priority for now, and we need to figure that out. I can't say there is a specific system I have or follow it right now. I also juggle between things, but I feel it's okay to be imperfect. But
yeah, it's okay. It's very good, and it's very inspiring to see that other people have not figured it out yet. Not everybody have figured it out, so that's a good thing, because a lot of my audience are still trying to look for that balance. And when you say, it's okay not to be perfect, it's encouraging them that, okay, we are still on our journey. So thank you for that. Is there any advice that you would give to people who are new in business and are new to digital marketing, or have done digital marketing a little while but haven't really cracked the code?
I think there are two pieces of advice I'll give you. I'll make it very short. What is that I can tell is, mostly business, when you're trying to do a business, I interact with some business owners. What happens is, when I try to understand their product and what they offer and all, I always try to see now, are they very clear about their buyer persona? Not the product. See, you build a product, but why are you building even a product? But what's your positioning? Because when there are a lot of competition out there,
Hmm.
how some people manage to get their market, their place, how they capture that. That is because they have a positioning. Like Adidas sells shoes, Nike sells, Reebok sells, everyone is selling. Like everyone is having their own share of market. So I'll ask the business owner, whom are you selling to? Like one real estate businessman I had a talk with. I wanted to ask him now who is your buyer person? What is that? He told, what is that? I have this flat which is like costing around 75 lakhs in Indian rupees. So it's 75 lakhs means in USD if you convert, I'm not sure exactly how much it comes to, but it's above middle class kind of a budget. So I asked him whom you are going to sell to. I
Who is
asked
the
him,
target audience?
target audience is not very clear. And the target audience part, I think we need to be very, very clear about target audience. Then I try to work with him to figure out how you should actually create the buyer persona. I told him, see, this your project is in this vicinity, and your vicinity already. If you have existing projects which are already sold, and if you see there are similar kind of projects, you can actually draw some data out of it and see who are those people ideally buying it. Then now you can replicate it, and now you can say this property is for software employees or corporate employees who are actually in the position of manager and above. And you can also target people who are above, around 35 or 30 above this age, so that maybe these guys are actually earning that kind of a money.
Correct.
To put into it. So now when you have the buyer persona very clear now, what happens, the advantage is your messaging gets very, very crisp. It feels like when you write a Facebook post also, someone sees it and they feel like, yeah, this guy is just talking to me.
Yes.
Or else you talk about flat and everything, everyone will say, this is not for me. But when you talk being a software employee, how does it feel like the luxury of having your home and a very good school just nearby your home? Then that software employee directly relates to that thing.
Yeah.
So first part is buyer persona, and I think that is one thing we need to always understand. And second thing is like businessman. You talked about some other question. Maybe I'm forgetting it. One thing you told
No,
is,
I just the question was, what would be your advice for people who are just entering like digital marketing or have been on the platform for a little while but haven't cracked the code? So you said there were two things. One is have a proper targeted audience, and the second was
second one is like right now you're having a buyer persona and all. You need to figure out what channel to take, what approach to take, and also never ever give all the power to the marketing agency or the marketers.
Okay.
Always have a say in that, because most of the marketers are they smart enough, they are understanding your business and your business sense, because business owners, if they are very new and figuring out, they can straight away listen to what marketer is saying if the marketer is credible enough. Or else what happens, like people like you who are into businesses, you're doing it. So what happens, sometimes they will tell Richas ji, aisa nahi hai, this technology will work like this, because the story is like that, it will do wonders. It's not going to do wonders, because you know better, like you know the audience better. You know your problems and pain points better. So sometimes you also need to give your inputs and just don't go blind, because what happens many times, marketers, what trick they do is, I'm not against all the marketers, some are good, some are bad. It happens in every profession. What they will try to do, they will try to sell what they can offer. They're not trying to sell you
what you need.
Correct. Let us say, I will take a classic example of a beauty salon, promoting a beauty salon. One guy will suggest, will run Facebook ads. But more easier way is to optimize their Google My Business profile.
Yeah.
Because it's a local, to pull out local audience, it's the easiest way. First you do that. So sometimes, I think business owners should try to have an overview on digital marketing. That's very important. Or else what will happen is we get, maybe these two things I think are the very crucial ones.
Nice. Thank you so much, Gowardhan ji, to empower people and make them understand what they have to look for, because it is a big challenge, and a lot of people who are medium business owners, they try to do everything by themselves. Coming back to the thing of managing your time, what happens is that people think they'll get more freedom when they open their business, but now they suddenly have more work to do, because now they are their own accountant, they are their own marketer, their own salesperson, they're the creative person, they are the person who communicate with the customer, you know. So they have more jobs now, more titles now than they had before they opened the business. So actually, what you're saying, that if you delegate your market whole of the marketing thing, then you need to know who you're engaging, but you still have to be clear about who's your target audience and which platform you want to be on, or how they can help you. You have to be specific about what you want to do with the marketing, and not just take the marketer's word on it. But yeah, I think it's important to delegate. And I think marketing is one thing that if you're not a marketer in core, and if you're not a content creator in core, then you should give it away. Then you should put it away, because in business, there are many fields that you need to do which are not fun. For a lot of people, accounting is not fun. Then why don't you put it away? Why don't you give it to somebody who's expert and pay them the money, and you can use your own time and energy on something that you're good in, like maybe relationship building with, or connection with customers. So I love the two advice that you're given in digital marketing. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Govardhanji, for taking out time to talk to us and giving us your expert opinion about and creating so much awareness around both diabetes and marketing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richa. It was very fun, like recording this. Thank you very much.